everyone, and welcome back to our Sims 4 adventures with Island Axolotls. You know, we're going ahead and we're working on our wedding rags to island riches through a small side quest of going ahead and helping our very confident boy Leo here out with the axolotls that he actually wants to collect and take care of. And he's actually feeling extremely confident. In fact, that's a beautiful pose, Leo. He normally struggles with a lot of confidence and also struggles with, a lot of sadness, especially ever since his sister happened to pass away, which we will be dealing with, the whole island axolotls and legends and bringing people back to life thing. For now, however, we are going ahead and we're just gonna feel nice and contented. Also, maybe we should try just normal fishing with you, sir. Just go fishing right over here, Ukapanipo, because I'm still hoping that we might get to the bottom of the mystery that started unfolding of the sad bear who we just checked in on again. Ukapanipo is still like, what is this bear talking about? There's like treasure hiding in here? Whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and like ask the fish inside of the lake if they know any of the urban treasure that might be about. And he's feeling pretty focused on that because something shiny might be the thing that he needs in order to win his way back into his beloved Nalui's good graces. Unfortunately, completely ignoring the fact that actually Leo's probably closer to winning his way into Nalui's graces, if not romantically, because he's focusing on the axolotls. And Miss Nalui over here is actually feeling pretty good herself. Oh my gosh, she's just over here dancing. She is. Nalui, you have a good time. We'll come back and we'll chat in a second. I'm gonna see what kind of axolotl we're going to get over here. Apparently we're still just catching minnows. All right, I feel like Ukapanipo's like, you guys, Ukapanipo does love the outdoors. Ukapanipo has discovered a new personality trait, loves the outdoors. That's, and a gold axolotl from Leo. Wonderful. That's fantastic because I think that fits in perfectly with what we are currently doing. So I know it's been a little bit. I apologize. I was very, very sick. I am preparing some vlogs for our Patreon to kind of explain it, and I've been trying to like pull myself all sorts of pieces together. But one of the major things that pulled us away from our axolotls for some time is the fact that I actually, Axolotl-y, got quite distracted being excited about the idea of making the world here with our wonderful Nalui a better place. How, you might ask? By adding in lots of plants. The tool mod has finally been updated, and this barren, it doesn't look barren, but it is. This barren landscape could be transformed, and that is actually the thing that Nalui and Leo have been realizing, is they need to figure out more about the wild axolotls, and they've been having a hard time since we only have a few axolotls. Like, we've really been struggling to build up any kind of collection of multiple types since, let's go down and look at these little guys. We've just had the same 5 out of 15 types of axolotls for quite some time now, and all of them are common. And they're trying to figure out what can we possibly do to get deeper into this axolotl mystery. And the answer is research, which is a project that Leo and a project that Nalui, who has been desperate to find some way that she can feel like progress is being made in her life. She's been feeling very confused because she came here as a biology expert, ready to go ahead and lend her services, but it turns out there's no, beaches, reefs, coral reefs, all the things that she became a biology expert on. And she's been really restless and frustrated lately, which hasn't helped with the whole falling into Ukapanipo's arms plan that he has. In fact, it's made her quite cranky about that. Very much a prickly, what do you call it, pufferfish at the moment, Ukapanipo. You should probably approach with more caution. Until Ukapanipo, we're gonna say, is the one who managed with his fishing capabilities to remind Nalui that there is still so much more that she could be studying when it comes to the plant life. Can I do anything with any of these cool plants? No. Wait for it. I thought I saw something for just a second. That's ridiculous. But there is still more that we could be studying of the cool plants of this barren landscape if we just put our minds to it. And so here we are today with a project that Nalui and Leo have decided to start tackling, which is to learn more about the landscape and the wildlife, the flora and fauna of the area in an attempt to figure out if maybe if they do a bit more research, they can find where the axolotls are hiding and they can manage to get some of the rare types of axolotls. That then neatly distracted me for way too long, and I still haven't made as much progress as I wish I had, into possibly acquiring a lot, a lot, a lot of modded plants. A lot of beautiful, gorgeous modded plants, many of them coming with beautiful, gorgeous modded recipes that we might be investigating pretty soon. Moral of the story is we're here at a flower shop in the park to try to see if we can discover what kind of native plants might be in the area, just to have some sort of basis for our knowledge of how to get more freaking axolotls. I also have a really awesome axolotl surprise up my sleeves that I will reveal to you in a little while. We want to build our way up to it, but it's amazing and transforms everything about how to interact with axolotls, just saying. And we also have cute little like garden books I think we can get. What is your gardening skill actually, Nilui? Her gardening skill is surprisingly not as high as I thought it would be at only a 6. Gardening skill for... There we go. Gardening skill for... Ooh, Leo is actually really high at an 8. What about for Ukapanipo? 4. Okay, so their gardening skills aren't like super high, but now Nalui's feeling focused to the task. And so what we're going to be doing right now is coming in and possibly buying some seeds. I got so distracted trying to figure out what kind of plants would grow in this environment. I ended up doing so much research about bell peppers and grapefruit. Did you guys know that grapefruit is kind of a recent invention? It was mostly a plant derived from the Caribbean from splicing together different citruses in like the 1800s. So unlike bell pepper and unlike corn and maize and other things that have a very long and epic history through the Central and South American area, the grapefruit is quite new. And by the way, did you know that coffee is actually not native to Brazil, even though it happens to be one of the major exporters of the modern coffee bean? No. It's native, I believe, to like Asia/Europe zones. Yeah, Ethiopia, I think, if I remember correctly. So let's just say I went way down too many rabbit holes, but I'm learning how to control my rabbit holes better. And now the build objects, the free build cheat doesn't work if you're on a retail a lot, which is a crime unto itself, because now that we've been talking about bunnies, I want to get bunnies down in here. And what kind of bunnies are native to, see, this is where I wonder if my ADHD medicine is working as well as it should. But let's go ahead and focus. Okay, so I also have come up with this idea. I know I just said focus, but bear with me. Of starting to spending skill points on being able to get special or rare items. I think that could be really cool as a way to show growth in the world, and also, since our Sims live forever, giving us a chance to say they learned about, like, say, this rare plant, but then once we get the rare plant seed by maybe spending skill points on it, then they have to learn about new plants, because not all gardening is the same. Not all fixing of things with handiness is the same, and not all logic is the same, which we will be talking about later. But there is just an idea for personalized gameplay to kind of toss out at you guys, and I'll show you how it works in a little bit. But for now, let's seed what we've got, because we need to do some gardening. Oh my gosh, Nalui, you have nothing in your garden. What the heck? We only have 4 out of 32 plants. No wonder she doesn't know where to begin for these axolotls. And this isn't even counting all of the plants that will actually be a part of like the modded things that we can add in too. So we do need to like come over and see if we can get some seeds and other things. And using the tool mod, we can sprinkle them around the world. So we could do something like, where's that plantain tree? I'm really mad at this plantain tree. Okay, it's not its fault. But look. That's literally the plantain tree. but it's not, you can't interact with it. That's tragic. That's an infertile, fruitless plantain tree. We're gonna solve that. Apparently it's a common type. Let's go ahead and see what these are. So some starter fruits, uncommon plants, starter grow fruit, rare plants. We've got starter herbs, farm flowers and fruit, starter flowers, garlic seeds, plasma fruit seeds, wolfbane seeds, mosquito seeds. Let's see, farmer seeds. You know what? We're going to go ahead. We're going to rely on the great Ravasheen, and we're going to just come over here to this purchase seeds thing and see what we what we can go ahead and get. And I wonder, oh wait, I think this one actually works too. Let's come and investigate this cute little thing. And then let's start poking around at some of the, oh look, she's happy. It's been so long since she's been happy. Oh. All right, so let's go ahead and seed what we got here, like the marigold flowers. So I have so many modded plants. Let's just put that out there. And we're just gonna roll with what we've got for a minute. And actually, I guess we don't have that much money either. And we're gonna see what we can go ahead and snag before we end up bumping into the edges of what we've got available. But we've got custom fruits and veggies and herbs. I don't think this is going to be as useful of a plant shop as I thought it would be, but we'll go ahead and at least get some starters for some of the plants, maybe some starter fruits and vegetables, some uncommon plants. Let's see. I don't think we need to worry about the customs, and we need to get more money. I think Niloui's realizing if we want to be able to afford some of the really fancy things, we might need to kind of up the income that we've got available to ourselves. Oh, that's not quite as helpful as I was hoping, but let's go ahead and snag those seeds. Well, Ukapinipo continues to work on trying to go ahead and do his fishing. Ukapinipo, why don't we try fishing with the minnows that you've got? Because maybe that will help. I swear, I think you're supposed to get this ring from this pond over here. It's a heart shape even, which seems very indicative that this may be where we can find that poor bear's magic ring, but I've just not had any luck with it. However, I love that Ukapinipo just gets to spend his time doing this, while meanwhile, we've got the increasingly snoozy Leo over here. Meanwhile, Leo's appreciating the fact that there's like nothing over here, which is so, so sad. I'm gonna have him take a nap while he waits for Niloui. I think that's hilarious. And Niloui, my dear, now that we have gone ahead and we have snagged those lovely seeds, can you like look at any of these flowers and just admire them for their artisticness? We're gonna make that happen somehow. Like we're gonna make sure that she can go ahead and just like be like, oh, this is so pretty. But for now, all right, let's see. The marigolds, you end up using a lot of marigolds for like Day of the Dead and things like that. So I thought those would be rather appropriate. Does she have them in her pockets? Niloui, where'd your seeds go? Are they in the household inventory, Niloui? Really? Open. Now we've got cabbages. Okay, look. I don't think they, what? Why are there cow plants in there? You shouldn't, oh, they're hybrid cow plants. I was gonna say, you shouldn't just be able to like roll up with some cow plants. All right, so we ended up with bluebells, lavender, daisies. We ended up with strawberries, carrots, taro root? Yes, okay, so we have some taro root and parsley and tomatoes. That did not go at all how Niloui hoped it would, I think. And that's actually not very helpful whatsoever. All right, I think we need to go to like a market. So you know what, Niloui? We need to change tactics. I think we need, the flower shop just apparently had like a bunch of common flowers, which I think would have let Niloui sort of frown a bit. I would like to, wow, you can't, on a retail lot, you can't even sell the cow plants. All right, that's it. That's it. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna visit the restaurant because we're just popping to a new lot, to be honest. That was not nearly as helpful as the ages of picking out a cute little flower shop and trying to get it set up suggested it might be. But this is why you shouldn't overthink things, is the moral of this series story. And then, haha, now that we're here, oh, Niloui's in a bad mood again. I actually think that's amazing because it's very fitting for her to be in a bad mood and even to have changed into some clothes because it's hot. Because she wasn't able to find the plants she was looking for. However, I have good news for you, Niloui. That now that we can actually purchase some things, what if we come over to this little food truck area and say that there's like a little shop in the back and the aquatic gardens. This is what I really wanted to show you guys. We now have aquatic gardens, and I know Niloui's in a bad mood right now, but I think we'll be able to go ahead and make her feel better. Look at how pretty that is. Okay, yes, she did just waste a bunch of money. I think she actually would have demanded a return on... Oh, I can't sell those? What? Oh, you can't even sell these hybrid cow plants. That's so interesting. But she's got all these coconuts we could sell, except I feel like coconuts would be appropriate to plant. So yeah, I don't blame her for being in a bit of a mood. And then we've got carrots and everything else. Okay, that's hilarious. That's hilarious that she was so thwarted. Finally, when we were like building up something for her to be able to do. All right. That's what I get for thinking I was prepared for being able to show you guys my fun idea. I overthink it. You just gotta roll with it and just do what you can. Okay, we actually need produce. So I think we should be able to meet our goal with this. So maybe we'll have a little produce display tucked up at the back here, where it's just where people grab the food for the food truck. And I'm pretty sure, dang it. This is what I get. That's okay. We're gonna conquer this together, and then you guys can see how you shouldn't give up on your ideas and just carry through, and eventually, here we go. Our chef ingredients, bell peppers. All right, so let's try this again. Now, we'll go ahead. There's a cute little tray of bell peppers. And let's raise that up one more. There we go. Cute little tray of bell peppers. Is it float? Dang it. Set aside for the crew to go ahead and pluck from. And Niloui can go ahead and come over, and we're going to try buying some produce. And we're going to see if that's going to help us out. And meanwhile, we'll have still focused Ukapanipo over here. Hall bunny hunkers all the way back. Like, come, he's gonna come and he's gonna talk to this bear about like, so do you get like romance dynamics? Because right now I feel like I'm having a hard time with my like girlfriend Niloui. And then we'll ask him about sadness just in case that helps with like figuring out what the heck we're going to do about that ring that we're trying to help him find. And then I think we're going to actually let Leo come over. He's got that gold and that pink axolotl. And the wild copper and pink are the rarest. So then what if he and Niloui have started to work together on the axolotls like they're supposed to? It took me way too long to remember they should all be breeding them. Let's have him. He bred a green one, which I think is, so two pinks can make a green. And then Niloui, she's in a bit of a mood, but let's do wild copper with green, and that makes a gold. See, that would put her in a mood again because she'd be like, why can I not manage to get any of this to work? Whoops. All right, I was actually gonna have him go ahead and investigate those lovely butterflies. And while he does that, Niloui, I totally didn't mean to draw you away from this. Oh, now she's feeling energized, thank goodness. Oh, and there's a Sulani barbecue. No way we can get to Sulani right now, but I like the idea that she's just thinking about that. And finally, here we are. We're straight to the source. Where there's produce, we can go ahead and buy. So let me check out what we've got. We've got yellow tomatoes and yellow bell peppers. Those being native to Central America and Mexico in particular, which I again went down way too many rabbit holes learning about all of those things. But I love that now we know what we might expect to go ahead and find if it was actually in the wild. I do want to try to keep some of the special rare plants, even though we could technically purchase them here. I want to make sure we keep some of the ones that are supposed to be special, like the unidentified flying fruit or the trash fruit. Those are special. So I'm going to say we don't see those here. Oh, apparently we do have tomatoes. Boy, those tomatoes look really sad. I thought those were apples compared to like Brazen Lotus's tomato. Wow. There's also thyme, sweet mint. Oh, sweet corn. Yes. Okay, we'll get at least a few sweet corn down. We have to be careful with our money now. And I think that would make Nilui realize, like, wait a second, I might actually have to care about these plants. There's actually cherry blossoms now too. Red potatoes. Oh, potatoes. I can't remember if potatoes are native to Peru, but I'm pretty sure they are. And we might be looking up, I'll grab a red potato, more about them. Red bell pepper, purple tomato. See, heirloom varieties of plants. Oh, prickly pears as well, which are good for cactuses. Oh no, look, now we're out of the money, but oh, there's the plantains. Gosh, freaking darn plantains. All right, so now we're completely out of money. However, our wonderful Nilui is going to be very excited because I believe she and Leo can go ahead and they can start working on putting down some plants. We'll have to wait and talk about the aquatic plants in a little bit here because we've got plenty to keep us occupied. And I think Nilui would want to try to figure out some ways that she might be able to make some extra income soon. So let's see, place in world. Ooh, and Leo found some Jezebel butterflies. Lovely. Well, I'm glad for you, my friend, and those are very common. Can you actually, like, study them? Or you can look at them. I swear, that drives me batty. I feel like you should be able to, like, research the different bugs somehow. And then I guess he could actually go ahead and maybe place down this pineapple. Oh, wait, there we go. Now I can do it. I don't need you guys walking into the eternity's distance. All right. Sir, you go ahead and plant that and plant this. Nilui, I don't know where you've decided to go with that tomato. You're now feeling a little frustrated. I can't blame you. You just want all of these to be a little bit simpler. And I've made everything complicated, forgetting the basics. But we'll get there. But let's get the prickly pear down. Oh, wonderful. And yes, you may be asking yourself, why would we plant these things so far from home? The answer is that I am hoping that we will be able to spend quite a bit of time out in the park because that is where you would find axolotls in the actual wild. Would be in the common like lake waters in some parts of Mexico. The axolotl survey, I believe, is still supposed to be this year or early next year to see if there's actually any left in the wild. But one of the reasons they struggle is because they're in a kind of an urban environment. And while Nilui and Leo might start putting plants around here to go ahead and research while we keep an eye out for the wild axolotls that do appear from time to time in these areas, what I'm hoping for is that while we spend time here doing the plants and doing the research, then Ukapanipo, romance can be tricky, okay? Might find that ring because he needs some help with romance. And now he's asking the bear for advice. Romance can be tricky, okay? One moment they make you feel on top of the world, and the next they want nothing to do with you. It's enough to make me thankful I'm a bear now and don't have to put up with it. But romance can take on different dynamics. You can have wholesome, steamy, strained, or unpredictable. Alright, we're gonna have to go ahead and check how that's going. But again, I feel bad for this bear. And so, let's see. I lost my ring. I sort of threw it in the nearby pond. I tried fishing it out, but I'm terrible at fishing. If you are able to fish it out, let me know. All right, we're going to have him keep fishing then. I don't know if I'm supposed to go with bait or not. And then, oh, chat with Kelsey. Didn't expect that. Leo's just having a nice conversation with somebody, but he finished planting our pineapple. Yes. So, finally, now we've got a couple planted pineapple, and we can haul bunny hunkers all the way over here, and we can find a nice spot where we'd say, the pineapple. There. I cannot tell you how much better that makes me feel. And he can do conservation things like taking photos while looking at this pineapple too. And then we might even get to the point where what I'm hoping for is we can allow Leo and the Louie to do research on those pineapples by saying that if we put like a chess set over there, we could have them study chess together. Or I might sneak over there one of the small microscopes and we could have them look through it, and maybe I can put some bushes to kind of hide it as well. But we could have them look through it to go ahead and gain logic skill while we're saying they're doing research in the area. I think that that should be something you should be able to do with any of the plants if you are, say, a biologist. So I'm really excited about adding that in. But because those things do cost money, I actually want them to have the funding for it. So if they're going to be able to add in some microscopes and we're going to sneak it in and say it's them studying the plants, or if they're going to add in some like chess tables and we say again it's them studying the plants, I want them to be able to afford it first. I'm realizing we're a little low on funds. I think Nilui is realizing that too. I'm wondering what we might want to do about that, because her daily income should be fairly high. However, she hasn't been doing a very satisfactory job at work, so we'll have to see. But oh wow, okay, and Kelsey just became good friends with Leo. Very friendly person, Kelsey. Never met her before, but you know, you gotta just roll with it sometimes. And I do like the idea of having like coconuts and everything else available too. Oh, hello, ma'am. You're not supposed to be here. This is actually one of our friends who lives over in the islands, but we'll just pretend we don't see her. Yes, so indeed. All right. So this was a little bit messier than I was expecting, but at least I've started to sort out some of my thoughts. And now we just need to sort out like where we're going to be putting the different plants. There's our strawberry, here's our tomatoes. And I love the idea that we could make like a cute little garden that we can go ahead and tend to while we're visiting here as well. All right, and then let me go ahead and move that little garden over. I think some of them are starting to overlap, but we'll get there. And I think, is gardening like one of our club activities? It's oh, fishing! Uki, look at you! Wait, where are you going, Uki? Oh, you stink now, apparently. Oh my gosh. Did you even find anything? No, I think he just finished talking with like... he's got a couple minnows. I guess we'll go ahead and we'll sell the minnows and we'll sell this betta fish because Uka Panipo was going ahead and trying to bully the fish into like telling him where some like local treasure might be. And then what about your frogs? You could bully the frogs. And then we'll go ahead and we'll say that he earned that money from bullying the fish and the frogs, which cracks me up. All right. And meanwhile, at least we've started to do some type of research here. Do I want her to finish? Taro root might be good to put out. Maybe we'll save some of these to place for our neighborhood too, because there is the other axolotl summoning zone that we can focus on. Indeed, indeed. And then, let's see, that's ancient bone dust, which I don't remember where we got that, but I think we want to be careful with it. Oh, no, you have some frogs too. Let's see, breed frog. And then let's go ahead. At least we got a little bit more funds from that. Then I think we'll let her see if she can get like one more cool plant. And then we'll head back home because this got a little more chaotic than I was expecting because that's our adventures here. And everybody's exhausted and tired. And I think that actually our poor paranoid Leo is beginning to think about his sister again. But we've got to start somewhere. And that's with getting axolotls. And honestly, until we're able to get other varieties, we're kind of stuck in an axolotl loop. Oh, dragon fruit! But at least we have a direction now. And I can show you guys, with hope, the really cool water plants that we're going to be working with too. Gem corn! I'm absolutely getting some gem corn. Oh, ooh, look, it's the grapefruit. Oh my gosh, we were just talking about how they're not native. Like, because they're kind of a hybrid plant of more recent years. Jalapeno peppers for sure. Oh man, and kelp! Yes, that's one of the plants that we actually are going to be using for the underwater crops, which I'm pretty excited about. Let's see. Ooh, mangoes. I don't think mangoes are native to Mexico or Central America though. They're one of the things I was like looking up. And if we can find coffee beans. Oh, there's more prickly pears. Let's see. And then orange bell peppers. What else might we want? There's so many different plants, and this is only scratching. Ooh, and the passion fruit. Oh, we don't have the ability to afford the passion fruit. All right, we'll have to have some fun with this. And we'll add to it, and we'll make little gardens, we'll make little research spots, and we'll make a lot more sense and a lot. Somehow this is so me. This is so fitting to end off on, of all things, just this chaos of a bunch of holes in the ground. I spend forever overthinking about how to come back in and how to have all of these wonderful adventures with all of you. I really put my heart and soul into majorly overthinking all of it. Finally come back. Finally ready to go. Finally not sick because I have been so terribly sick for too long. And what do? We leave a bunch of holes in the ground and just pass out because everybody's too tired to carry on. Well, at least there's some kind of hilarious consistency to all of that. That's all I can say for now. All right, and maybe we can put down, let's see, little gazebo with fairy lights back here. I mean, why not? Kind of a cute thing to have. Kind of a cute thing to have. Just as a piece of the garden. There you go. Yeah, why not? Why not? And we'll start working on building up this world and making it even more hilariously chaotic next time. But for now, let's go ahead, round everybody up, and I will hopefully see you guys very soon as we get a hold on all of the many projects that we've got, and maybe even get lucky enough to breed some new types of axolotls. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.